My name is Kwame Amfo-Akonnor. Kwame Amfo-Akonnor is some young boy, a student and an entrepreneur. Yeah, I just started a small company. It's called Biishville. It's in the food industry, so basically cooking and offering private chef services. I wanted to open a restaurant, but there's no money. So how do you start? So that's when Biishville, the idea of Biishville came. So Biishville is simply to raise funds to open a restaurant.
When growing up, he would just vanish, yeah? And we'll be looking for Kwame, and then we will smell something burning. You rush to the kitchen and he'll be standing on the stool just mixing things up. You don't know what he's making, but he'll just be burning pots and all of that stuff. That's when he kind of like started having the interest there. But also my mom used to cook and stuff, so we always hang around there, but he would be closer to her.
I'm the closest to my mom, so used to stay in the kitchen a lot, play with the food, you know, small shouting here and there, you know, from my mom. And that's when I realized I actually had, I love food. So that's when I actually realized I had the passion to go into like cooking or to do something related to food. I definitely had to do something related to food.
When did you start doing this?
Oh, ever since I started cooking. I remember my first event right here in this kitchen. The tasting session. I had a hat on.
And so because of that you have to wear the hat?
Every single day when I'm cooking. That's become a tradition. So Biishville is a one-chef food experience. That's the whole thing. I do pop-up dining sessions, nomadic style. So I organize events, create a menu, find a location, build up a team, and then release a reservation link alongside the menu. So people who are interested, or my clientele, they look at the menu. If you're interested, you reserve seats and then you come. And I also offer private chef services by going to people's homes to cater for anniversaries, small parties, birthdays, or basically just cook for families. Cooking food meant happiness. It meant joy. It meant satisfaction. You know, food is nice. So I mean, like. I'm a 3 cups. Huh? Nah. No. So my first business plan was about building up a dessert shop. Everything Biishville is doing is for like a bigger goal, which is to open up a restaurant. I started this whole business with 350 cedis, which was my then monthly allowance for school.
Before he started Biishville, I didn't know that he was that good of a cook. You know, I would hear his brother say, "Oh, Kwame can cook," or "Kwame can," but I never really, you know, like tasted his food or anything, and I never really saw him, you know, until like, you know, I actually tasted his food. I was like, "Oh, okay, you know, he's really good. He's really good at it." So.
We shake fast back guy, Chef Bishop. Just cook me some wonderful garlic jollof. Ah, so nice. I'm enjoying it myself. Thank you.
Okay, Kwame walked into T-Bar one day and said, "Oh, I need to talk to you." And I said, "About what?" He says, "Oh, you know, I'm a chef, and I've seen what you're doing. I think it's really cool. But I also want to ask you if you will let me have a day at T-Bar so that I can cook and I can experiment." So it just sounded very bold of him to ask, because nobody asks stuff like that. So he said, "Oh, can I, on your day off, can I use your place to make food, like pop-up dinners?" And I said, "Sure, let's give it a try." So that's how we met.
He's in his zone. He doesn't like when you put your hand in what he's doing. So sometimes I just like sit back and watch him do his thing. You can tell he's in his elements when he's cooking.
How will I describe Kwame? Loud. outgoing. He seemed happy all the time, and yeah.
My friends have been supportive, have been encouraging, have been motivating me along the way. Who doesn't want free food? I mean, sometimes they come around and then I hope something for them to eat. So yeah, I mean, they've been very, very supportive.
Can you imagine what I'm serious? The light just went off. Because you don't finish blending the coconut. Yeah, it's fine. Wow.
The major problem I have with Biishville and holding events is location, finding a suitable locations. In Accra, finding space is very, very difficult. It's too expensive or the place is not nice, right? So in order to find a suitable location, you have to pay more. And yeah, so basically sometimes I have like 3 or 4 places on my list. And the first is like where I would kill to have, but the rates are also high. So yeah, finding a location is very difficult, but I always end up like finding a suitable one. Moving forward, so I want to secure a location for Biishville because when I'm hosting events, most of my money goes into finding a location. I pay so much for location. I want to get decor so that I can do setups by myself. I used to do setups by myself, but sometimes I want to employ other people to come and showcase what they have. So yeah, I want to secure a location, buy some assets, and then basically cut down the cost for hosting an event. So I was in school thinking, and then I had this idea to start a series called A Journey To. So I'm hosting 4 countries: Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, and then Ivory Coast. So A Journey To is basically to stress on the food and the culture of that particular country. So the first thing I wanted to do was start with my country, Ghana. So yeah, the first course we are going to have aboboy and tatale, plantain pancakes, and bambara bean sauce. And then we are going to have eto, stuff them in eggs and put them on a bed of creamy guasakaka. Guasakaka is also known as avocado salsa. Third course is a muto with groundnut soup. And then the last one is nkati cake with vanilla ice cream, peanut brittle. Yeah.
About the event, I think it's very interesting because you first of all get to meet different kind of people. Like for me, coming from outside because I don't live in Ghana, it's a nice opportunity to meet new people. And as well, what I liked about this event is that the dishes that he chose were, I think, traditional Ghanaian dishes, but he gave it a modern twist. So it was a nice way for me to still experience something traditional, but have it in a modern way.
The second course, that's the eto with, because I don't like eto at all. And I was really skeptical. I was like, I don't want to eat this. I really liked it. It was good.
Even though I've been doing this for quite some time, anytime I'm going to have an event, I'm so nervous. And I feel like I'm not going to attain the level of perception I want to attain. So, I mean, I just take one thing at a time.
It was a very hard time for us to make a decision.
Drum rolls, please. Biishville! One of the conversations, even with the judges, is that who is the best suited for the kind of prices that were being offered. And the fact that he was 22, he was young, and it means that he started thinking about starting a business at that young age, so young entrepreneurship. So if people start to see young people going into business, it can be quick motivation for other young people. So for us, that stood out.
So you look at the food industry in Ghana, the way things are heading, even with the creative industry, it's becoming more vibrant. You have a lot of people picking up or following their passion to do what they love. So that's one thing about him. He's taking his passion for cooking and trying to make something out of it.
To see a friend of mine taking up, starting up a venture like this, following his passion, it's something that's amazing to me. I admire it so much.
Like, establish a name in households. Like, someone should say, oh, have you tried, have you been to a Biishville event? Oh yes, food is good. Like, in 5 years, I do see that everyone would have at least had an experience with Biishville, and his name would be circulating. Yeah.
His food is different. Biishville's food is different. Like, it's just different. It's just different, and he has a really good personality as well. So.
First time I met him, he was more, he was like, oh, I do this. And it was sweet, it was nice, it was cool. But now it's like, I'm doing this, which means that in a couple of years, he'll just be a real star, a food star.
My name is Kwame Amfo-Akonnor, and food is my passion. Passion. Don't take that out.
Put it in.
Put it in.
Yeah. The sun still shine today. I have been blessed with another day. Another day. No. Somebody know if you see this day. No. So why again I for complaining, yo? Man, I know they fall like the olden days, but hard work still they pay. So I never go to stop till they work my way up, like it's my very last day every day. I no go make another man tell me, say, my brother, you for wake. Me, I go clean up, then I go pray, then I go tell my father to lead the way. I'll keep my head up, eyes on the prize always. I don't want to reach the top. It's starting and you're not your bed. No time to waste, no room for pity party. Sorry, kick out home when you marry. Boy, you my emery, but we know what best. It's always gonna be up to how much I want.